The neon lights flickered outside Rusty Eagle Bar, a small roadside joint on the outskirts of Flagstaff, Arizona. It was past 10 p.m., the time when most families were home, but the night was just starting for drifters, truckers, and bikers looking for a break from the long highway. The desert breeze was cold, carrying dust across the parking lot when Ryder Kane, a well-built Hells Angel biker in his late 30s, rolled in on his black Harley. Ryder wasn't the kind of man who liked drama. After years of riding coast to coast, he preferred silence, a cold drink, and a quiet corner where he could rest his sore muscles. He had seen enough trouble in his lifetime, bar fights, territory arguments, and road wars, but tonight he wanted none of it. He pushed open the bar's wooden door, expecting the usual, loud music, the smell of fried food, and bikers swapping stories. But as soon as he stepped inside, he felt something was off. The music was on, but the laughter was missing. A few men sat in a booth, whispering. Two truckers at the counter kept their eyes down, pretending not to notice anything. The bartender, a grizzled old man named Tommy, froze when he recognized Ryder and quickly shifted his gaze toward the back hallway. Ryder didn't miss it. His boots thumped against the wooden floor as he approached the counter. "Whiskey," he said, his deep voice steady. Tommy poured the drink, but his hands trembled slightly. "Rough night?" Ryder asked, raising a brow. Tommy hesitated, swallowed hard, then leaned in. "You might not want to stick around tonight." Ryder smirked. "Why that?" Before Tommy could respond, a sound emerged from the hallway, a soft whimper, then another. Ryder's expression changed. That wasn't the sound of a drunk or a bar fight, that was fear. Without asking, Ryder turned and walked toward the hallway. Tommy called after him, "Ryder, leave it, it's not your business." But Ryder wasn't the kind of man who ignored a cry for help. The hallway was dim, lit by a single flickering bulb. Halfway down, the door to the women's restroom was cracked open. Ryder stepped closer, tension rising in his chest. He pushed the door gently, and what he saw made even a hardened biker like him freeze for a second. A young woman, maybe mid-20s, sat on the floor, her back against the wall. Her face was bruised, one eye swelling shut, lip bleeding, hands shaking uncontrollably. Her clothes were torn at the shoulder, and her breath came out in painful gasps. When she spotted Ryder, she flinched and tried to push herself back, terrified. "Hey," he said softly, a tone nobody in the club would believe he was capable of. "I'm not here to hurt you." "Please don't let them come back," she whispered, voice cracking. "They said they'll kill me if I scream." Ryder's eyes darkened. A heat rose inside him, not anger but rage. The kind that promised only one thing: someone was going to pay for this. "Who did this to you?" he asked. Her trembling finger pointed toward the bar. Ryder slowly turned his head, jaw tightening. It was no longer a quiet night. It was the beginning of something else entirely. Ryder stepped out of the restroom, the woman's broken voice still echoing in his ears. The bar's low lights cast long shadows across the wooden floorboards as he walked back toward the counter, his entire presence now different. The quiet, tired biker who just wanted a drink was gone. In his place stood a man radiating controlled fury. The three men in the booth, the same ones who had been whispering when he walked in, went silent as Ryder approached. One of them, a broad-shouldered guy with tattoos crawling up his neck, shifted uncomfortably. Ryder didn't sit. He didn't smile. He just stared. "Which one of you touched her?" he asked, voice calm but ice-cold. The men exchanged glances. The tattooed one snorted. "Mind your business, old man. You don't know what's going on." Ryder leaned forward slightly. "I know enough, and I'm only going to ask once more." Tommy, the bartender, stepped in quickly. "Ryder, please just leave it. These guys, they're trouble." Ryder didn't take his eyes off them. "So am I." The tattooed man laughed, but it was a nervous laugh. His companions didn't join him. Ryder's gaze was unblinking, steady, deadly, the kind forged through years of loyalty, loss, and violence on the road. Finally, the one on the left cracked. "It was him," he said, pointing at Tattooneck. "He was the one who dragged her in the back." Tattooneck jumped up. "You rat." But before he could finish, Ryder grabbed him by the collar and slammed him against the wall so hard the picture frames rattled. The bar went dead silent. Ryder's face was inches away from his. "You like hurting women?" he growled. "Try hurting someone who can fight back." The man swung wildly, but Ryder dodged easily. A single punch to the gut sent him collapsing to his knees, gasping for air. Ryder grabbed the back of his head and slammed it against the table. The man crumpled, unconscious. His two friends stood frozen. "Get her help," Ryder ordered them, voice booming. "Now." They didn't argue, they didn't even look at their friend. They rushed down the hallway. Tommy swallowed, staring at the unconscious man on the floor. "Ryder, this is going to bring heat. These boys aren't locals." "I don't care," Ryder said, grabbing a napkin to wipe blood from his knuckles. "Call the cops. She needs an ambulance." But before Tommy could dial, the woman appeared at the hallway entrance, limping but trying to stand straight. Her bruised face winced with every step. "No police," she whispered. They said they'd kill my sister if I talked." Ryder froze. This wasn't just an assault. This was bigger, dirtier. He stepped toward her. "Where is your sister?" "They took her," she cried softly. "They're part of a gang, run drugs, trafficking. I escaped. She didn't." Ryder exhaled slowly. He wasn't just angry anymore. He was determined. "Listen to me," he said, steady and firm. "I don't know you, you don't know me, but I don't leave people behind." Her tear-filled eyes met his. "You go to my bike," he continued. "Get on, you're safe with me, and I swear, on my patch, no one is ever going to lay a hand on you or your sister again." The woman nodded weakly. Ryder turned toward the door, leather jacket creaking, Hell's Angel emblem shining under the dim lights. This night wasn't over. It was just getting started.